to Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Polow and Telle. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu, waifu. Mon, tell him, is that you?
Polow, what's happening?
This is episode 207 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. As 206. Episode 206. Always is brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu. The Patreon producer, patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu, to support us at $1 or above to get early access to the video version of this podcast, to get access to our Patreon exclusive Afterstory podcast, which we're going to be recording soon for the Xbox Showcase. I can't wait for that. As well, or become a producer like Dre to Go G, Johnny from Show Go High, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture and Show Go High, Explicitly, Monique Williams, Nachi, Saphir. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. We appreciate y'all. Get shout outs like that and get early access to our trailer react. Shout out to Saphir. He said he loved the trailer reacts that we posted of our 1,000-year Blood War arc on our Patreon exclusively to them. We're also going to be doing read-alongs, watch-alongs, and etc. over there on Patreon. So we truly appreciate y'all for supporting us there, keeping the lights on, keeping us going. Okay. And with that being said, Tell, how you feeling, brother?
Bro, I'm solid, man. Things have been a lot better since I don't have the sniffles. I love it. You know, kids,
Yeah.
like we did everything we could to make sure everybody was clean and healthy. We was washing sheets every single day. It was wild. But yeah, so we good now, and I don't have the sniffles no more. Kids don't have the sniffles. Monique don't have the sniffles.
Good.
But we good. How you feeling, bro?
I'm great, man. I'm great. A little warm. It's been a little difficult because our freaking air kept not our air. Well, technically our electricity kept going out, and that's frustrating, man. That is so frustrating when your electricity go out. It means your air conditioning goes out, and at night we're at around the time, and we're in Houston, where at nighttime it's still 87 degrees. So my house has been having a hard time cooling down after that happened last night. It's been a pain in the ass, man, these thunderstorms. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good, man. I know I'm looking forward to recording that Afterstory, though. That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Cause Starfield, oh boy. Anyway,
that and then some. For sure. This is Mic Check Waifu Waifu. The anime podcast is brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CDT, where we talk seasonal anime topics, anime news, etc. Speaking of anime topics, before we get into the summer preview, which is what this episode is going to primarily revolve around, which, for those of you that don't know, the uninitiated, every season, right before a season ends, we talk about the next upcoming season, where we pick our sleepers, where we pick shows that we are most excited for, etc. And we bring in people from Twitter or any of our other socials to join in and chime in and give us their sleepers and discuss it there. But before we get into that, there is something that we received on our Discord, on our Mic Check Waifu Waifu Discord. If you're not in that, make sure you join that. It's in our it's on our website, miccheckwaifuwaifu.com. It's on the side panel, so make sure you join the Discord because we have some dope conversations there. There is something that we did get from our homie TCB that I do want to bring up because I do think it's very important, because what he talks about is something we've been saying the entire time, and it's very reassuring to, I think, us, and I'm speaking for Telle here. It's reassuring for us to know that we're not alone at feeling this way. And he's somebody who is a fan of the show that we're about to discuss. So
without further ado, I'm gonna throw it to Telle so he can read what TCB said, because I think this is very important before we get into the preview.
All right, so our dude TCB NYC said, okay, I'm gonna be full disclosure, and I wrote this after watching the new Heavenly Delusion episode. So yeah, maybe it's because of my exhaustion affecting it. And while there were things in the newest episode of Heavenly Delusion that made me go, aha, that's a call forward for things later on, I couldn't make it feel concise in my head while I was watching, and that's kind of frustrating. Now, also, I just want to add in perspective here, and he's going to talk about this a little bit. He does read the manga as well as watch the anime. Mm-hmm. I really want to like and appreciate the little hints and seeds planted from the beginning till now, but it's just not registering with me to fully get the most investment out of things. And again, maybe it's just the exhaustion getting to me. I do like this show, despite that. The visuals are great. The music hits when it has to. And I like the two main leads, but it kind of sucks when the nuances doesn't click with you, so you feel like you're missing out. Or just dumb to not piece together, so that extra enjoyment is lost for me.
Yeah, and that's where I wanted to kind of bring in. Like, it's not that, I know he knows this. It's not that you're dumb. It's the fact that the show is trying to get too cute. And we say this multiple times. We said this since, episode 3 of this show. It tries too hard to be too mysterious in a way that's not fun. It's exactly what he said. It's been exhausting for us way earlier on, but it's exhausting to try to be so mysterious to the point where it just doesn't make any sense. Now, on the other hand, and Telle it brought this up before we started recording, so I don't want to take full credit for it. But on the other hand, and we keep mentioning this too, shows like 86, who does the exact same thing Heavenly Delusion do, but in a much more concise way, in a much more precise way, and it's so well executed compared to something like this. Steins Gate is one of my favorite shows of all times. Does this extremely well too. I was about to spoil Steins Gate. Let me chill. But let me just say, there's stuff in episode 1 that you would think don't matter until you watch it, and then you watch the rest of it and you're like, oh shit, it's like the most important piece of the entire show. There's so many shows that do this shit well, and I've seen it on the timeline. I seen somebody say, I can't remember who it was, so I forgive me for not remembering, but somebody said, Heavenly Delusion is weird, but I like it. I think people are just trying to force themselves to like it because it's different, and because it's different enough and you quote unquote unique enough, they like it. And I'm not saying that because and I haven't seen this, because what I haven't seen and what I'm thankful that I haven't seen is that people aren't saying, well, you just too dumb to like Heavenly Delusion. If you don't get that dumb shit out of here, that's so stupid. It's the dumbest fucking take ever in the world, because nobody understands the show. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. You don't understand what's going on in the show. Unless you read ahead. Yeah, unless you read ahead on the manga. But even still, it's still like it just doesn't feel good to watch. It's taxing. It's taxing in a way of just like, come on, progress. Yeah, sorry, I just had to rant a little bit.
I just wanted to say this real quick, just to because I like numbers, like I like things in threes. So I'm gonna say this one more time. To be in my more direct response to this, like TCB and like Polow said, a more concise explanation of this is that Heavenly Delusion is just lost in the sauce. It's trying to do stuff and do it well, but the delivery is just not there. It's doing too much, throwing too much stuff out, and not giving enough adequate information. So it's just lost in the sauce. So it's not even like, it could be good. It could be good. But this, like, imagine going to a class and professor does not explain the lesson properly. That's what we're getting here.
Right.
Like the entirety and the point of the show, the delivery is not being given to us in a way that is digestible.
And it's not that we don't understand what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. It's just that what they're trying to do isn't good. And I can't say I see how I can't judge anybody that feels differently, because maybe they see something we don't, but I just don't think that's true. And again, I've seen so many fucking shows that do it. Vivi, man. I've seen so many different shows do this so well that I can't give a pass to a show that's completely disjointed and super mediocre. And like, while we do disagree with TCB about the characters, because the characters honestly truly suck. Like they all kind of suck real bad, in my opinion. Everything else he said was spot on. The animation is nice. It's a pretty show to look at sometimes, and the music is okay, even though it's very forgettable. But I mean, to be honest, the show is forgettable. But that's just how I feel about it. I think it's just trying too hard to be cute. And I'm just ready for it to be over, which is going to be over soon.
It's trying its hardest.
Yeah, for sure. All right. One more thing before we get into the preview. We don't have to go long on this, but Telle did watch up to episode 7 of Dangers in My Heart.
Yes.
So I need to spill from start to where you are now, how you feel about the show.
So hear me out. Now, it could be because you already hyped it up, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I thought it was good from episode 1. I didn't feel really cringy about it. I thought as soon as I saw, like, oh, I don't like this main character. But halfway through the show, or the first episode, I was like, oh, I see where this is going to go. Because he's going to understand that his disgust is the fact that he just loves her. And he a little messed up in the head, but there's a lot for him to understand. I think these are middle school students, right? They're not even in high school yet. So I've enjoyed it since episode 1.
Interesting.
And the latest episode I get to is where the real kind of them understanding themselves and their relationship better is getting to that point, and I'm like, oh, this is good. So yeah. Dangers in My Heart, coming from me, even though Polow been recommended for weeks now, months at this point. Yeah, watch it. don't even think about it. Watch it, because it did not take me more than 12 minutes to get into this episode or to this anime. It was about 10 minutes in. I was like, yep, I see what it is actually. But also I did have that nice precursor. But yes, it's good. It's really, really good. I love these characters. Some of the supporting cast I think is trash, but not in the sense of like they're supposed to be trash. You know what I mean? Like they're supposed to be trash.
Yep.
You don't like them, but that's what they're there for. You know what I mean? So I don't hate that they're there, but I mean, we had middle school friends who were like this.
100%.
But you know, it's real. But yeah, bro. Yeah.
Shout out to Rob J who tweeted another tweet from somebody that says The Dangers in My Heart season 2 is in development. And he said, y'all move. You damn right we move. That show is fucking fire. It's so good. It's actually so good. It's so good. I'm so glad that it's season 2 already getting worked on, man. Because I was worried. Shows like this that don't get a lot of attention tend to not get a season 2. But when we start talking about the summer preview, I'm excited to talk about a lot of shows that's getting multiple seasons here, and I'm fucking stoked, man. This is about to be one of the best summers for me, best summers and fall for me, probably in the last 15 years of my life. To be fair. Because, and I'm gonna talk about it, man, but I'm stoked right now. I'm stoked. And a lot of it has to do with the video game showcase that just happened. But also this animated summer, this year, I mean, for fuck's sakes, has been fantastic, man. It's been so good.
The recluse.
Straight up. Y'all thought I didn't go outside before. It's about to be even worse now. But I digress. Telle, are we ready to get to this preview? Is there anything else we want to touch on before we get into this deep dive?
Nah, bro, let's get into it, man. Let's get it.
I want to say shout out to everybody who participated in this week's call to action and giving us their sleepers. It's mostly the same people, but most of the same people we love. And I'm so looking forward to discussing these. Thank y'all so much for giving it to us. It's about to be a very interesting show. I want to start off with Saphir's though. He said lots of heat this summer, but most anticipated jobless reincarnation. Yes. And then for his sleeper, he chose Masamune-kun's Revenge. Now, I'm not sure if he knows this because I told him Masamune-kun's Revenge is a season 2. Sleepers has to be shows that you've never seen before, that you've never read before. That is the point of a sleeper, to see if what your eyes and see and when you read the synopsis is the show that you think is going to just come out and explode, or it's in your eyes explode, or what you would recommend to people. So that's why we ask for sleepers that you have never read or never seen before. Season 2 of Masamune-kun's gonna fucking hit. It can't be a sleeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if I choose JJK as my sleeper,
okay, that's cheating. Because for one, we read a lot of it, and then 2, it's JJK.
We know it's super duper dumbfire. It don't even matter.
Big facts. So that's how the sleepers work. I just wanted to point that out. He also mentioned honorable mention more Bleach. Of course, Bleach stands over this way easily. Man, starting off though, summer, man. Ooh-wee. This was the episode I was looking forward to, probably the most. Oh shit, it just reminded me I gotta release last week's episode to everybody else on YouTube. But yeah, man, it's so much shit that is returning, and I think that's where we should start off first. Obviously, I'm going to say what my most anticipated is, just from the jump, if you would allow me, Telle.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Jobless Reincarnation season 2, easily my most anticipated. While JJK is also up there, Jobless Reincarnation 2 is so important to me because of how it just literally exploded. It just exploded for when the first season came out. And in the moment I seen it, literally just kept recommending it to everybody. It even took Telle a while to pick it up, funny enough.
For Jobless Reincarnation, it took me 3 or 4 episodes. You was like 2 or 3 episodes in.
Yeah, probably. I know. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you didn't watch it instantly is crazy to me.
How was I supposed to know it was going to be good on Impact?
On Impact is the right.
I didn't know it was going to come in and just good. That's
crazy. No, you're right though. On Impact, I like that. On Impact is crazy. What's your most anticipated?
So looking at this, and hear me out.
I'm listening.
Because there's plenty of stuff to be most anticipated, but after the way Rent-A-Girlfriend season 2 ended, season 3 is about to be good, bro.
Damn, I forgot that was coming.
I'm so excited for that,
bro. we were just talking about this on Twitter.
I just feel like we about to eat this summer, bro. We eating. Our plates are full. Yeah. I hope I like the main character more. He's rough. I mean, we gonna have to deal with them girls. That's all it is. That's
true.
all it.
That's true. Obviously JJK, the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War arc. That's in 20 days from the time we're recording this. JJK is in 24 days. Jobless Reincarnation is in 20 days from the time we're recording this, and then 1,000-Year Blood War arc is in 26 days. And what Telle mentioned was Rent-A-Girlfriend season 3. That's in 25 days from the time we're recording this. Bruh, it's so much show. I'm just kind of like scanning through. It's too much to even pick through. You know what I mean? Like there's some shit that got me super curious right now.
But hear me out. Like a cursory over like glance, right? We just looking at, let's say at a regular glance.
True.
When you look at it, there's a ton of slice of life.
Yes, finally.
This your season.
Yes.
I mean, what was it? Winter season. You was eating too on the slice of life.
100%. So, it's been that for me a lot, right?
Yeah, but now we got a season that is like it's primarily slice of life, because I think winter we said this, right? We said we wanted more slice of life, but we also wanted to keep a little bit of that action, right? We didn't have that drama from the action. We only had the slice of life.
Exactly.
Now we got the action. And I'm not sure how many people are going to watch it, because we know about the creator of Rurouni Kenshin and stuff like that. But we still got like Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
I'm not necessarily going to watch it either. But I do know that there are people still hype about it. So we do have like, a lot of action. And like what Polow said, his most anticipated is a series that's gonna have some action, but it's also gonna just have that great storytelling overall. So
Bruh.
I feel like this season is really like it might be one of the more dominant seasons for the year.
You might be right. Well, you know what's got me a little confused?
What's that, bro?
Is this the second core to The Devil is a Part-Timer to season 2 or something?
It looks like it, but I'm not sure. It says season 2, right?
Yeah, it says season 2.
So it's got to be like that second core.
What if they just redoing season 2? Because season 2, to be honest, wasn't that great. What if they just redoing the whole damn thing? That's an interesting thing to think about. Because it didn't look particularly great like it did the first season, or it didn't show well. Oh, it does say season 3 in this synonyms.
Yeah, so it probably is like a second core, but
Yeah.
technically like a season 3 more or less. Bungo Stray Dogs core 2.
Wait. Oh, that was season 5? I thought that was season 4.
No, it's season 5. It's season 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
My bad.
I still got to watch the other one. I've been waiting for that to be done.
I'm sorry for the Patreon peeps. I do have to continue the watch along. So we got stuff to catch up on before that happens.
Yeah. When you stop the watch along, is that where you stopped? With Bungo?
I think I watched one episode, but what I plan on doing is doing 2 episodes per watch along and then finish it off like that.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's big. That's huge. All right, let me get to some of the folks here. Let's go straight to Rob J. Rob J is a unique fella. All right. Love him to death. Shout out to Inside the Mind of a Blurred, Shogo Ha, everything that Rob J participates in. He's a good dude. But he says, in all caps, my sleeper anime and most anticipated anime is Reborn as a Vending Machine. Bookmark this tweet. God. It will be anime of the year. No troll. Period. I had to read it in all caps for y'all.
You did read it in all caps, bro.
So because of Rob J, what I'm doing is I'm setting Reborn as a Vending Machine as planning. Am I happy about it? No.
I literally skipped over it, but now because that was said, I had to say it.
It's Rob J. We gotta watch it now because last season, if y'all don't remember, let me give you all a little reminder. Last season, Rob J's sleeper was my cheat skill. I attained cheat skill and became overpowered in my real life something as well. He chose that as a sleeper, and I fucking love that show. That was a banger of a sleeper. Super happy he picked that one. Super happy I got to watch it because it's a fantastic show. This time, this was a show I was never going to touch. Okay. But let me read the synopsis for you. After dying in a traffic accident, I found myself standing near an unfamiliar lake. My body won't move. I can't hear my voice. And when I try to shout in confusion, words that I never expected came out. Get one free winner. It seems that I've turned into a vending machine. I can only do what actual vending machines can. It's impossible for me to move by myself. There's no way for me to have any meaningful conversations. How am I going to survive? How am I going to survive some fantasy world's dungeon like this? I'm gonna be honest, that shit do not, and I repeat, it do not look interesting.
It does indeed sound like Dookie water, but we're gonna give it a chance.
We're gonna give it a chance just because Rob J. The fact that I'm adding that shit to my list is bugging me right now. But I'm doing it. I gotta do it.
Pure faith, you know what I mean?
Pure faith.
That's love
and
that's
respect.
Pure faith.
100%. Because Rob, he got some pull over here on Mike Check Waifu. Speaking of that, he's gonna be on a review whenever we can fucking finish Near Automata. So I can't wait for that episode. It's gonna be fire.
Oh my god!
But we're gonna give that a go. Moving on. Let's go to Crystals. Crystals is fun. It's gonna be easy, and I can't stand that she picked this one because even before I saw her pick, I picked this one. So I might change it if I see something else when I'm scrolling through here, but I might not.
Hey, look, Crystal be on to something. So I mean, you might not be wrong.
Me and her like the same slice of life. Go here with this one. Most anticipated is the new Horror Mia series for sure. Horror Mia season 2, which if you haven't seen Horror Mia, watch that shit. It's fucking fantastic. One of the best slice of lives out there. And then she says Sleeper is hard because truly nothing is sticking out to me like a Galaxy Next Door. If you don't remember, she chose a Galaxy Next Door last season. I think I'm leaning towards the girl I like forgot her glasses. We're supposed to get Anos back this summer too, finally. Yes. Anos Voldigod. Getting that back is going to be super hype. But before she even said that, I was thinking of this show because it just, the art style alone from a trailer I seen. What was it? It was from, I was watching something and I saw this on my YouTube recommend and I watched this trailer and I'm like, oh, this is coming out this summer? I can't wait. So I'm gonna still scroll through the list and see what other sleepers are, but spoilers, that was probably going to be mine. Okay.
So hear me out.
What's up?
I ain't talking about my sleeper yet because I gotta scan this a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scan a little bit more, dig a little bit while we go through this. I'm gonna continue to read the tweets that's coming in. Shout out to TCB_NYC he says Zoom 100. From what I read, the manga been crazy fun. I think the anime would capture that. And I'm like, pick a sleeper you ain't read. And he says, oh, you're right. That is too easy. Then he says, Reign of the 7 Spellblades got my attention. I'm not watching much next season at all, as I haven't caught up on most of the returning stuff. So yeah. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. And he said, yeah, a lot of good stuff, but I didn't get to watch it. So he's behind on a bunch of stuff because it is a lot of returning stuff. But let me see. What did he say? 7 Spellblades got my attention. Let me look for that. Oh, I found it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Reign of the 7 Spellblades. Okay, here it is. Springtime at Kimberly Magic Academy. When the new students begin their first year, one boy clad in black robes with a white cane and sword strapped to his hip approaches the prestigious school. This young man, Oliver, must form a bond with a katana-wielding girl named Nanano. If he survived the dangers he faced in school where anything is what it but it seems. Hold on, wait a minute now. It seems like it's some old yo kind of shit, Teliano.
Yeah.
Chivalry of a Failed Knight vibes.
Yeah, I literally thought about just rewatching that too recently, but you know.
Check waifu.com/reviews to check out a review for Chivalry of a Failed Knight. It's in that blog post. Okay. And then let's do last but certainly not least. Yeah. Last but certainly not least, Rob, aka the father of Vash, aka at Dad Needs to Talk. Make sure you check out Dad Needs to Talk podcast. He talks about manga, anime, TV shows, etc. He says, since my sleeper can't be something I've read, I'll toss my hat in for Okoku, The Inner Chambers. I've heard good things of the series. And then his most anticipated, I've read this, I'll go with Zom 100. The trailer seems like it would capture the fun and chaos of this series. So let me just touch on that real quick. Zom 100 has been one of the most popular shows I've seen on our Twitter timeline. Well, our base is small. It's only 1,400 people on our Twitter. Almost everybody talking about Zom 100. And again, shout out to Rob J. Because I gotta read what he said. Rob J said something. I didn't save it. But he said, y'all better not pick Zom 100 as y'all sleeper because everybody read that, it seems. And that's true because everybody seems to know about Zom 100. It seems to be very, very popular. So obviously we're not going to choose it for that particular reason. But it's very interesting.
Another one. Now, there is one that I have seen be talked about a little bit, and it is from The Wonder of Ivy. My Happy Marriage.
Oh yeah, I did hear her talking about that one.
So
It's
I know pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But it's a slice of life. So I'm gonna check it out.
Good. At least one of us is.
It looked like it might be pretty solid.
Some shoujo's just does not hit with me, bro. I can't do it. Can't do shoujo's. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Okay, so now to what we think is interesting. Obviously, Horimiya is going to be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Zom 100, we're definitely going to watch. I'm adding that to the planning list.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything that stands out for you? Because I've been talking a lot.
I'm trying to see, I'm trying to not entirely just engulf myself in the slice of life. I'm trying to see what else is there. I see. What was it? It was a mystery one. Was it Dark Gathering? Horror mystery. So I know I set that to watch.
You want to give me a synopsis?
Yeah, hold on, Dark Gathering. It is. I actually click on that shit. Okay. After a devastating encounter with a restless spirit, ghost-fearing psychic Kitaro Gentoga became a shut-in to avoid additional spectral catastrophes. But no man is a haunted island, and Kitaro eventually reintegrates with society by getting a part-time job as a tutor to the child prodigy. I don't know how to say that. Yayoi.
We go with that.
Yayoi isn't just an academic genius, though. She's a talented psychic medium hell-bent on finding the malevolent spirit behind her mother's disappearance. And she's gravely determined to drag Kitaro into her terrifying world of grotesque supernatural phenomenon. Now, the cover for it, I think artistically looks good. So I'm going to give it a shot. Also, I like horror stuff. So I'm with it. And I'm going to give it probably, let's say we're going to do a 3-episode rule, because I'm watching a lot. I'm going to try and watch a lot of stuff from the season just to see what can stick. Because you never know what'll surprise you. And then if it don't stick, then we're just going to let it drop off and make sure we clear our list out like Crystal want us to.
For sure. We got to clear out the damn list. All right. Something I'm super interested in, and I'm going to just say it right here. Mostly because it's a female harem, but it's Liar Liar. Liar Liar looks extremely interesting. At an Academy Island, everything is settled through games waged for a certain number of stars, with the strongest students being granted the ranking of 7 stars. Hiroto, a transfer student, unexpectedly beats the strongest empress and becomes pseudo strongest in the school. A mind game of lies and bluffs begin. That shit is going to hit. I got a feeling. Hopefully. Hopefully it's better than Tomodachi Game, which Tomodachi Game grew on me eventually. Yeah. But hopefully it's a stronger start than that. It looks like, looking at it, it looks just like a Shit River Fell Night type game. You know, those high school or irregular high school type shit where, you know, a guy is just fucking a genius and every fucking girl flocks to him and falls in love with him. And I just love that kind of shit. I don't know why.
So, also, Studio Blanc, who made The World's Strongest Exorcist, is doing a show called, what is it, Ayaka? I just looked at it. Ayaka. It's an action anime. Ooh. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give this one a shot. The synopsis for this one is, did you see it already?
No, I'm listening.
All right, the story follows Yukito Yanagi, an orphan who one day encounters an eccentric disciple of his father's. The strange man takes him to his birthplace of Ayakajima, made up of 7 islands with mysterious beings called Matama, and dragons are rumored to reside there. Yukito meets his father's 2 other disciples who protect the harmony of Akijima, which soon threatens to collapse. So we did like The World's Strongest Exorcist.
Yes.
I think we're gonna get it. I'm gonna give this one a shot to see what it's like. Now, hear me out though, because I did see something I didn't like, and I can't even remember the name of this anime. High Card, that's what it was.
Yikes!
It looks better than High Card, and I don't think Studio Blanc did High Card, but I just hope it don't go down that route, because it looks like it could easily go down that route in a sense.
I hope not.
But but if we can keep up with that that consistency that World's Strongest Exorcist gave us, and I think this one might actually be pretty solid.
All right. So I'm looking at one right now. The English word title for it is Classroom for Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks pretty interesting. It kind of looks very like Soul Eater a little bit with the art style. But it's the story is set in a Rosewood Academy, a school that trains future heroes destined to protect mankind. The school accepts only those with the most potential. Ernest Fleming, a girl who boasts the top record in the academy, is assigned to guide a mysterious but cheerful new student named Blade, who rivals her own power. Oh God, I'm finding a pattern here. There's a lot of these high school shows that are back. There's a lot of them, and I'm not even realizing that I'm clicking on these until I look at the and read the synopsis. Very interesting. Oh my God, I did not see this. The Duke of Death and His Maid, season 2.
Hey, that's you specifically.
That's crazy. That's my shit, bro. That's a great slice of life. If you haven't seen season 1, make sure you check that out. What a fantastic show. Again, I'm definitely not watching Rurouni Kenshin. This one is a story of my small senior in my company. Or the other titles are My Company Small Senpai. This looks interesting. This reminds me of Uzumaki-chan, which is another show I liked.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do you think you're ready to pick your sleeper? Solid idea.
Maybe. Are you?
I have an idea. I have 2 choices that I have in my head, and I did this because one of them is a slice of life and the other one is not. So, it's entirely. I want you to go first, so I can know if I'm choosing slice of life or not, or if I'm choosing which one it is. Because if you choose my slice of life, then I don't want to choose it. Also, that liar looks dumb good. It looks like it might be real good.
Yeah, it does. This might be the first time I pick a bad one.
Never.
But it's entirely possible. I'm going to choose The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. Yeah, The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. That's going to be my sleeper. Shajo Wataro, who is deeply in love with his beautiful classmate, Nasukiwara Akia, is continuing to approach her without getting discouraged while having a dream about their mutual love. However, one day he woke up thinking that I might not really be fit to be together with someone as good as her. Upon realizing, Wataro started keeping the appropriate distance towards her. Much to Akia's surprise, could it be that he hates me now? Did his intention slip by her? Because she was getting impatient after arriving to the wrong conclusion? This is the start of a rom-com revolving around 2 people who just can't get their feelings across and both think their love is unrequited. That's a polo ass sleeper. A usual, be typical. Gotta pick it because it looks fire.
All right.
Italiano.
I like that though. The Dreamy Boy is a Realist. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to pick the girl I like forgot her glasses.
Okay. All right.
Why you say that?
You're toxic.
How am I toxic? How am I toxic?
Hey,
yeah.
It's all right.
So, what I do?
I love that. I love that. I'm saying I love it.
Why you call me toxic? I need deep.
I spent all this time mentioning how I might pick that one, and there you go, picking it.
But look,
I'm glad you picked it though,
because I want to watch it, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad you picked it.
I want to make sure I watch that one.
Okay. So the studio is from a studio called Gohans. Now Gohans did Scar of Pator. They also did K, which is Crystal's series. Maybe that's why she picked this one. Oh, they also did Handshakers, so it might even be gorgeous. It might be a really pretty show.
I looked at the trailer before I decided I was gonna pick this one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had to because I was like, look, hear me out. Hear me out. The other option was Ayaka. Which is the one I talked about when they were on the island. That might go the route of high card. Just to switch it up and have some action. But
and I just chose a slice of life, and you chose to go with a slice of life anyway.
It's cool because I'm gonna watch the action anyway.
Yeah,
I got more meathead in me than you do, so I'm gonna watch the action regardless. But I feel like I've been getting more in the slice of life bag, and this is one of those ones that fits.
So if I would have chose this, what would you have chosen?
Ayaka. That's what I went with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those are the two options: this or Ayaka. So that's what we rocking with.
Oh, this is gonna definitely be some. You know what? I'm gonna watch Ayaka too because I'm gonna hope it's not high card.
Yeah, that's the only thing that scares me. That's the only thing that scares me about Ayaka. So I just want some good action that's not the already super well known mainstream stuff.
Did you already mention Am I Actually the Strongest?
I didn't mention it, but I am planning to watch that one.
Yeah, so
that one scared me.
Huh?
How about this? How about I do that? That's what I would do. Since we both gonna watch, are we both gonna watch The Girl I Like Lost Her Glasses anyway?
Duh, yeah, of course.
All right. I'll switch to I Might Actually the Strongest. So I did also want to put that one on the list. Ayaka gives me too many worries. But I felt like I was gonna be the strongest.
You switching your sleeper?
Yeah. Because I do want to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one will work, right?
Okay.
Especially since we're gonna watch that anyway.
I'm actually one time.
Go ahead.
You sure? I'm gonna lock it in because I'm about to set it as planning.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I was gonna watch it anyway.
Let's read the synopsis then.
All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and go back to that. Who is opening doors? Where is it at? Where did I find it at?
It looks fire. I can read it for you. I got it.
All right, brother. Go ahead and do that for me.
After being a shut-in, Haruto is reincarnated as a baby, and amazingly, that baby is a prince. However, he's abandoned in the forest on the day he was born because of his low magic level. What will be the fate of Haruto, who is inadvertently given 1,000 times the normal amount of magic by the goddess of reincarnation without anyone noticing? Wow, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be good.
So that's what I'm hoping. I feel like that one is definitely gonna be in the bag. Ayaka gave me some worries, but I felt like Am I Actually the Strongest was like almost a given because the name.
Yeah. I'm checking out this Helic. I think this is what it's supposed to be called.
Yeah, I put that on my to watch, but I read the synopsis of that one. I wasn't sure. I just felt like it too many possibilities there for the direction, if you know what I mean.
For sure. It doesn't even have really many tags that I can even go off of to kind of ascertain what this shit is really about. But I'm at it.
Yeah, I looked at the trailer for that one too, and I was like, it's I don't know.
I'm at it. It's a lot of shows. Okay, so with the wrap up of this, before we get into spoiler talk, let's take a look at what all we gather and add it to our planning list. Okay.
Oh my god.
The number. I got 20.
I have 30 exactly.
30.
Yeah.
And you know damn well you ain't gonna watch 30.
Oh no, I'm gonna for sure watch it. Watch at least 3 episodes of each one.
That's cap. Where are you getting 30 from?
So I got, here we go.
You haven't watched Horimiya.
Cinderella Noir. It's a mecha.
Oh, okay.
level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. It's Ayaka, Aino Indinchi from Studio Madhouse, just because it's Studio Madhouse. Dekeru Neku wa Kiyomo Yutsu, which is a comedy fantasy slice of life.
Oh, I just saw another one I added.
Undead Murder Farce. Yeah. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Season 2. My Unique Seal makes me OP even at level 1.
Yep, I got that one. That's the one I just added.
Last Boss Queen. What's this called? The Yumeru Danshiwa Gengetsu Shuji Go. One by Leading Films. Dark Gathering. Genjutsu no Yohane Helk. Yeah, I got Am I Actually the Strongest? It's a lot 30. Of it is
wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna slide on about 30 of these for at least 3 episodes, and then I'm gonna cut the list down.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm gonna keep my 21 and then probably cut the list down off of that. But a lot of my stuff is returning, so it's gonna be quite impossible to cut down.
Yeah, the returning stuff that I have is gonna be easy because it's like 6, 7, 8, maybe.
Nice. All right, well, let's get to spoiler talk. Obviously, we're gonna spoil Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, and what's gonna be the third one this week?
The Galaxy Next Door.
You wanna do that again? Okay, you do that.
Was there anything more substantial?
Yeah, I guess you didn't really watch all of
Yeah, I didn't watch all of Dangers in My Heart yet.
Damn. Okay.
Hey,
I can't wait.
The 7 episodes I did watch were phenomenal.
Dude, I can't wait till you watch the rest, though, so it gets even better. All right, we'll be right back after these. And welcome back to episode 207 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter, at Mic Check Waifu Waifu on Instagram and TikTok. Let's go ahead and spoil. Oh shit, I don't even know what episode.
It's episode 206.
No, episode of... No, is it?
Yeah, Mic Check Waifu Waifu is episode 206, brother.
Bro, I've been saying, I said 207 at the beginning. I don't remember what I said. Oh well. We are going to spoil episode 10 of Demon Slayer, the finale eve. So, okay. Good news and bad news. Good news is that next week's episode, which is the finale, is going to be 70 minutes long. So that's good news. Bad news is that means this episode didn't really have much in it. So, to talk about that not much that happened, I still loved it. And I only loved it because the love Hashira when she was fighting. It's with Ufotable, when she fights, it just makes the shit all the more better. All the more better. Yeah. That shit looked incredible, man. Incredible.
And what's wild about it, right, is that because of her sword and her movements, regardless of her being the love Hashira, you know, we've had a mist Hashira, water Hashira, we had Tanjiro doing water and fire. She seems to have the most fluid motions.
100%.
I love it. And it's mostly because of her sword and how she moves around.
Yeah.
Her femininity. But it's visually is stunning.
Absolutely.
Now hear me out though. Like you said, it felt like not much happened. So I definitely wanted a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially considering the next episode is going to be 70 minutes long. Like I feel that, and that's exciting in a sense, but it almost feels like an abrupt ending. And that's how I felt about like Tomo-chan as a girl. Like some of these endings were just abrupt. And I know we said this at the beginning, is that I love that they're shortening these seasons because it seems like they can give them to us faster, right?
Right.
So the production value is extremely good, extremely high. They can get them to us faster. But I almost feel like what they're going to leave us on this is going to be,
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
I disagree. I think it's going to wrap up in about 30, and in the next 30 is going to be the rest, you know, the cleanup, the aftermath. So I think that's kind of plenty of time, because where they at now is they're throwing it. They threw a fucking Ginza, whatever his name is, threw a tree at the main body. Tanjiro's chasing the main body down. Like, they're chasing the main body down to get this shit wrapped up. And I think something's gonna happen with the love Hashira, and she's gonna pop the fuck off, and Tanjiro's probably gonna get his sword. And it's just gonna be so much that could be wrapped up in just 30 minutes in itself, that they could have just left it at 2 episodes, and we could have been like, it would have wrapped up nicely, I think, in my personal opinion. But I mean, I could be wrong, totally.
And the reason I say that is I feel like, and we've seen this in other anime, and I'm not saying that this is exactly what happened or is happening, but you remember those moments where like they and this is what Seven Deadly Sins did. And I'm not saying specifically this is what happened, but it feels almost like that to me. Like, they showed a character who's extremely powerful just to have them be mocked by another character that's extremely powerful. And it just feels like it undermines the validity of the strength of that character and the dire, like how dire the situation is. Because I do feel like it's still a very dire situation, especially how this episode ended and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like the stuff we did before, and then how quick this is almost going to be handled, is like, man, I wish kind of that stuff we got before when they was running around and figuring that stuff out, that we had gotten to this point sooner to kind of evolve into this better is more or less how I feel. I'm not saying it's bad by necessarily any means. I just want it more.
Yeah. And I think we touched on that when the show first started, how it kind of started off a little bit slower. And then kind of instantly got into the shit. I just think, I don't know. I kind of think that 70 is going to make up for it. What I didn't like, though, is again where they placed her backstory. They could have did all of this at the very beginning when we first met her. They could have dropped that in there brilliantly, and then we could have just went straight through. Like the whole interrupting the shit is where it becomes a problem for me.
Every single time.
They did it in My Hero. They didn't get a pass for that. And they doing it in this. And again, we love Demon Slayer, but they don't get a pass for that. It's not a good placement. Great story though.
But also, hear me out. Who are you to say I don't want my kids to be born with pink and green hair? Yo.
Yeah, whatever.
What?
That's lame. It's so lame.
Lame. And what did he? Come on, bruh.
Yeah, everything about that.
I do see why she is the love Hashira now, because of that desire to be loved and whatnot. But yo, dude must have been a demon, because he wasn't seeing what everybody else was seeing.
Straight up.
Had.
I don't know where she was from, but that place had to be hell. If you see something like that, you just not head over heels.
I'm telling you.
But
wild.
Yeah, I didn't like the placement of it, but I did like the story of it. The story of it was fire. The placement of it wasn't. It was way better than the Miss Hashiras. Because the Miss Hashiras was just the story of everybody in this world, basically.
And they made his go longer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It took up so much time.
Yeah, a lot of real estate with his.
Because like even when they gave us his in the one episode, then the next episode came and they still gave us a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, man, we could have moved past that.
Right.
And I guess that's kind of how I feel. Like, right, if they had placed these differently, we could have gotten to this stuff faster and a little bit more adequately to evolve it more and get to what we're getting in the next episode.
Yeah.
In a more developed way. And I just, that's, like I said, that's why I'm not saying it's like bad. I'm just saying like I wish that they could have progressed this a little bit differently.
I could agree more.
Yeah, bro. I think she really about to, like, I think she gonna pop off. I think Tanjiro gonna pop off. I think the Miss Hashira gonna pop off. And then like, you think he diggity done?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, all the way done?
No, I mean, not as in dead wise, but as in at the end of the season, they're gonna be carrying him back because of the paralyzed and all that shit that he got going on. So, yeah, I think he's done. But I think the Love Hashira is definitely gonna pop off the most, and then Tanjiro is gonna finally get his fucking sword. And when he does, I'm gonna be stoked because I can't wait to see what that sword is gonna do. Because old boy was working on it for so long, for 5 episodes. It feels like
sharpening it. It better be the sharpest thing. It better cut on accident.
Yeah.
You better bring that sword close to you and it just cut.
And he was invested. He was about to die, still sharpening that sword, which was an incredible thing to see.
Yeah, he about to have that super sharp sword. He about to have Nezuko's blood on it. He gonna have the Love Hashira there to back him up, and he gonna have Genya there to back him up. It's about to be pure demon time.
And luckily, they gave us in this episode the reasoning as to why Genya looks like a demon is because he's been devouring demons to temporarily get their powers, which is very peculiar in this world.
With the mantras he speaks.
Yeah. Very peculiar, but I like it. Very peculiar thing to do.
And like I said, that makes me also think, does his brother have that? And I don't think he does, but it's like, because his brother is what, the Wind Hashira or something like that?
I think so something like that.
He does have breathing technique, so he doesn't necessarily need it. But it's like, yo, that's still dope. Like that is an option, more or less.
Straight up. Man, they showed that the Snake Hashira, he looks fire. He looks like he's gonna be a demon.
Yeah, Orochimaru's crazy.
He does look. Oh yeah, you did call him that back in the day. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I do think he actually is gonna be a demon.
Mm-hmm. Like a real demon?
No, like built to last demon. Like he's showing up. He's showing up to show out entirely.
Straight up. Damn, we got so many Hashira we didn't even see shoot the shit yet. Like we didn't see the big monk dude.
That's why I said we probably. I think he like the Stone Hashira. We're gonna get him, and we're gonna get the Snake dude. I think together.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire. What about Genya's brother?
I don't know, bro. Because we still ain't got more Giyu yet, and I'm pretty sure we still got more Giyu to get. And I don't even think Giyu is technically a Hashira.
He is. He's the Water Hashira. And you got the other one. The poison one, the chick, but she's like more like to support. Anyway, moving on to Hell's Paradise, bruh. This show is incredible, man. Hell's Paradise is absolutely incredible. This episode fucking rocked my. It went by so fast. That's the problem. It went by just too fast because it was flowing so smoothly, so brilliantly that I just couldn't. When it was over, I'm like, fuck, it's over already? Didn't realize that I was already 22 minutes into the episode. I'm like, fuck, dude, that's crazy.
So hear me out. Polow read Hell's Paradise. Had to.
I did not.
Because he's sitting here talking about I don't think dude dead. I don't think they dead.
Yeah.
I think blah, blah, blah. Polow know the story.
I don't.
He know the story, or he got premonition. He can see the future.
It's crazy how I did get that shit right, though.
But yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also like, yo, when they started, the way they did this, and when I was watching this, I was kind of thinking, like, could they have explained the whole towel situation sooner? And they could have, but the way they explained it during like the battles and informational wise, and even the way they had the girl explain it, like, it's three explanations at once, but they're all same time. Extremely coinciding. And hear me out.
They're very different.
Heavenly Delusion can't do this. They explained this towel situation in three different ways, but in the same manner to make it make sense, right? Then they gave us a visual representation of it to also make it make sense. It was fire, bro. I loved this episode. It did go by extremely fast. I thought we was 12 minutes in, and it was 22 minutes done. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So what they did was what Hunter did, and with the explanation of the power system. And again, like you said, they explained it at the same time, three different ways. Okay. It was the clarity as to what the Isamon is what they're called, the executioners, from their perspective, what they see. And then you got the perspective of the island, and then you got the perspective of the little girl. It's three different ways that it is being explained, and they're all extremely different, but they all come together to make this one system that is extremely viable, extremely dope. Because once our folks learn this, i.e. Gabimaru, and it's just going to change the whole game. It's going to change the whole game up.
And that's what we saw in the previous episode when he was fighting the Tenzin dude.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, he's using Tao. He just doesn't necessarily know it because he is a little bit more spiritually, I guess, or attuned. not spiritually, but he's more attuned to the energy, right?
Yep.
Because of his training and who he trained with. Gabimaru is a demon, don't even know it.
Because who he trained with, basically, we might as well just say he came from that island. Like we know that he came from that island because he doesn't die. He's immortal. So yeah, it's just so much, man. It's just so much, and it's so well placed and executed, and it's told. And I'm so tired of I don't even want to bring this up, but I'm so tired of Twitter in this show. Everybody that read the manga hates the anime for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't care. I don't know why I brought it up.
Yeah, from what I heard, that the manga just gives more detail, but the way that this is been displayed to us, I feel like I don't feel like I've missed anything. This is as someone with no knowledge of the manga, right?
Right.
Like I haven't missed or lost anything.
Same.
And yeah, maybe if I go back and read the manga, I'll be like, oh. But let's be real. Like, if you have not, as someone who is ignorant to what the manga holds, this is hitting, bro. This is hitting.
It's hitting in every aspect. Weird, man. Weirdos. But with that being said, I think this show is fantastic. I just want to say that I think the people who were added to the quote unquote team is going to bring some fucking damage, bro. That swordsman dude, he seems insanely strong. Insanely strong. And the fact that like Gabimaru was getting these premonitions when they were what would happen if they was to attack each other. It was so good. It was just too good. And then he noticed that the executioner dude that's with him is even strong, which is man, this is a very dope show.
And then how he was teaching, or the blind dude is teaching the girl how to use a sword on the fly. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
he demon built.
Yeah, straight up. And he understands that Tao shit, even though that's not what it's called. He calls it waves, which is fucking dope. Everything about this is so good. It's too good. You got any gut checks?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even want a gut check. I just want to watch it, bro.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
If I gut check, it would be like, I don't know. It's action, chaos, drama.
Yeah, I think Gabimaru. Yeah, I think the Gabimaru and the swordsman dude is gonna have to fight what the two brothers are fighting right now, and they might have to. They gonna put it to him. I think they're gonna Gabimaru gonna give the swordsman the knowledge that he learned from fighting at Tenzin, and they're gonna pop off against that thing. And when they do, they're gonna learn that they can finally kill it, and that's gonna be a big confidence boost. And then probably one of the tensions gonna pull up at the end of that.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think the only thing I'm worried about is that Gabimaru is already extremely damaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why
he has not had no time to recuperate. But it's nice that he has a little bit of backup now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit, a lot of bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, like, Gabimaru is that dude. You know what I mean? For sure. But it's like now he has the backup, so it's like he can apply that knowledge, almost kind of like what we talked about with Tanjiro fighting these Hashira, or not the Hashira, the demons, because he's got that knowledge of what he's already been through,
experience.
But also, I loved how the more beastly dude who crawled out the pit recognized, and that's what I also love, the astuteness of some of these characters to realize that the way that they grow back when they recover is from the bottom of their body.
Yep.
And it makes sense because they grow like plants, so there has to be a root system. If you pull out the roots, then they die. So I loved it, bro.
So the biggest thing that blew my mind, and again, this is small, but this is something I noticed. When what's her name? Mari, I think her name is, when she got bigger. Now, the reason why I noticed this is because the other one, the other Tenzin, when they use their power, a lot of their power, their evolution power, when they turned into that monstrosity flower thing, they grew extremely old until they got more of the liquid. So with her using her power to save Gabimaru, she got older. That's a huge inkling thing that I don't think a lot of people notice, that you got, like, you with this show you gotta pay attention to, because with that means if she uses her power again, she gets older, and if she gets older, maybe it's when you get older and older, you will eventually get old. You will outlive what your invulnerability is and die and wither away. So that was a very important piece to me, and I think that we should pay closer attention to in future episodes.
Yeah.
All right, now moving on to the last but not least, the Galaxy Next Door, my sleepers, Crystal Sleepers. What a fucking episode! It stressed me out. I was stressed out watching this because I fucking hate her mother. I hate her mother. I can't stand her. I don't like her.
She's the worst kind of starseed, and I can't call her,
man.
She ain't human, right?
Yes, because not only did she rob her daughter of her childhood, basically, and learning even what fun is, she's also just this prickly. I wanted to say a really bad word, but I'm not going to go there because it's mad disrespectful. But she's just so prickly, bro, and no star pun intended there. I did like the husband, how he was like, "Yo, I'm on her side." I did appreciate that though, even though I hate her.
The nice thing about the husband though is that he also understands our main character, right?
Yes,
because he is in that same situation.
Sure.
And he talked about how, like, when she feels something, he has no choice but to feel it as well. So you know what I'm going through. I do wish that, in a sense, that they were a little bit more stern and like, we are dating.
Yes, man, me too.
You know what I mean?
But that's a Japanese thing, man. They're not going.
Yeah, this felt the most, and hear me out. And I don't want to say it's like regressive, but this felt the most like the other series that we didn't want. You know what I mean? Like we wanted them to be a little bit more adult about their relationship.
Yeah.
And I was expecting a little bit more like, yes, we're dating, but we want to figure this out without the pact. You know what I mean?
Right. And that kind of would have solved a lot, but it also probably would have made it harder for her mother to approve of their situation.
Exactly. So I get that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I understand that. So that's why I'm not like, oh no, this is the worst thing ever. But it was definitely like, it made me feel like, damn, bro. Like,
because they even said though that
around them still.
Yeah, but they even said that that's what they're going to do. Like they even said that they're going to kind of like, what was the exact term that they use? Make it easier for them to understand. I forgot what they said, but she said something in there where they were going to make it a little bit more easier to manage when it came to convincing her mother. So they did mention it. I can't remember what exactly they said. I think it was the main dude character that said it. But yeah.
Yeah. But it makes sense, right? Because they're going to annul the pact still.
Yep.
They're going to, still try and fill each other out. But I like I said, I still have that gut check that I had before, that he's going to get to the point to where they're going to annul the pact, and he's gonna be like, you know what? Nah. I want to deal with this. You know what I mean? Like I want to feel what you feel. I still feel like they're gonna get to that point. I
don't. I think they're gonna pull that shit out. I think they're gonna be sad that they're annulling it still, or concerned. Like I think they showed that in their preview, how you're like, is she still gonna feel the same, or is she still gonna feel the same? And they're gonna have that little dispute. But I think they're gonna pull it out, and they're gonna be probably closer than ever, to be honest. Or,
and then the brother and sister, bro.
I love them so much.
That little wish that they did with the I've never seen a shooting star before, and then the irony of her being not the irony, but the correlation of her being the star seed, so the star just going down. I'm just like,
so cute, man. I love this entire show and that entire family. I'd never rooted for somebody so hard in my life.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them like they was real life family.
They was real life family, man. I was thinking the same thing. It's unbelievably good. It's unbelievably good. I think. Do you understand where her mother's coming from at all? Because I don't.
Like, I get it in a sense, right?
Yeah,
but
like what sense do you get though?
You know what I mean? So I'm not like a conservative person. She has conservative views, so I get it. And her views are that, you're supposed to be on the island, and the person who set you free, so to speak, is no longer of this world. So that doesn't matter. And so she's just connecting from somebody of the island. You know what I mean?
Is she
like
just
this person can't understand? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is she just stern with her? Is it stern with her beliefs? Is that it?
It's not necessarily her beliefs, though. You know what I mean? Because she's technically
I meant not belief, tradition.
Yeah. But it's like, she's royalty, right? She seems like the kind of person who's got a stick up her butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in a sense that she's always been this way to her daughter, and I mean, that's what it comes off as, right? Like she's always been this way. And with those views of assuming that he was never going to understand, you know what I mean? Because he's not from the island, he doesn't get us, is like the kind of views that people have when, like, so to speak, you invite someone to the cookout.
Right.
They ain't gonna understand that this goes this way. You know what I mean? But how do you know if you don't actually get them there, in a sense? So it's like, I think that's kind of what it is. It's like she doesn't believe that people can truly understand them and empathize with them.
But she wouldn't know because she ain't never tried. You know what I mean? She's done exactly what she was always told. And that's what she expects of this younger generation. That's kind of what millennials and Gen Z is. It's like, we don't rock with everything that our predecessors did. So it's like. And I guess you can look at her trying to protect her daughter from people essentially taking advantage of her position on the island. So that's why she maybe kind of shelter her a little bit more. So maybe there is some understanding there, but I still just feel like it's a little extreme, too extreme.
It is very extreme. And I only say it's extreme in the sense of like, he demonstrated that he clearly pays attention to her, right?
Yes.
Showed the work that she's been doing.
Absolutely.
Showed that she's not wasted time here.
Well, that's what convinced him to let her stay. So
yeah.
I mean, it worked. So we can't say like it didn't work.
Well, I'm not saying it didn't work, but what I'm saying is like if it was still up to the mom entirely, the mom would be like, nah, forget all that. I don't care.
Right. The dad was like, nah, okay.
Yeah, the dad is like, oh, I get it. That makes sense, and it doesn't feel like a waste. And that's kind of what I think we need a little bit more from her. And I'm waiting for that aha moment for the mom click. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to eventually get, is the aha that my daughter sees. And she did say that in a sense. She knows that she would never pick someone who's unworthy.
Right.
So we did get that, but we didn't get the aha, like everything clicks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What? How did the ranking of the show fall so bad?
People suck. It's only been getting better.
Yeah, it dropped down to a 68. That's peculiar. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get more. But yeah, I'm at Polow Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Telle on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Mike Check.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?